All male mammals contain bulbocavernosus or BC neurons. Onuf's nucleus is the human homologue of the spinal nucleus of the bulbocavernosus in rats. The BC assists in vaginal constriction in females. Androgens are important in regard to sex and the brain. Environmental influences also affect sexual differentiation of the nervous system. The environment also has an effect on sexual differences. For example, exposure to plastic demasculinizes male rats. There are social factors that also influence sex differences. Mother rats' stimulation of male anogenital areas masculinize spinal cords. The effect of androgens and social cues are the result of this, and also females licked more become more attentive mothers. Anosmic means unable to smell. Biological factors and social factors go hand in hand, and they are often unable to separate. Social influences on humans on the basis of sex influence the brain and behavior. Do fetal hormones masculinize human behaviors in adulthood? Men and women differ in genitals and behavior. Suggests a possible difference in brains in their structure or in their behavior. Could be based off of hormones or social influence, and specifically prenatal androgens play a role in this difference. Androgen insensitivity syndrome consists of a person who is raised female but has the genotype XY and is shown to have infertility at puberty and also found to be attracted to men. It is unknown whether these factors are a result of social influences or if they are unresponsive to testosterone. Congenital adrenal hyperplasia consists of the factors of prenatal androgen exposure. They tend to have more boyish tendencies, and they have a greater likelihood of becoming lesbian. It is unknown whether these factors are a result of social influences due to genitalia or extra prenatal exposure to androgens. The Guevadoses of the Dominican Republic are raised as girls but grow a penis during puberty and continue their life as males. 3 possible explanations for this is that social influences are unimportant, early hormones possess no effect, and the culture recognizes their sexual differences, or that both mechanisms affect behavior and sexual orientation. Cloacal exstrophy is a rare medical condition in which XY individuals are born without a penis. Neonatal sex reassignment is performed to surgically implant female genitalia. Most of these people identified as men later on, but some were content with identifying as females. Some of these females are also attracted to females. What determines a person's sexual orientation? Possible influences on sexual orientation include socio-cultural influences and endogenous factors. Heterosexual people favor both of these influences, but gay and lesbian people provide a source to test from. This group of people defy the societal norms that are accepted. Homosexual behavior is identified in other animals other than humans, and it is a possibility that increasing complexity of the brain leads to an increased chance of homosexuality. POA is larger in men than in women, and even larger in heterosexual men compared to gay men. This is possible evidence that sexual orientation is built in, but this is correlational data and cannot prove which came first. Lesbian women were exposed to more fetal androgen compared to heterosexual women. This is proved by the ratio of length of their second digit, autoacoustic emissions, eye blinks, and skeletal features. Fetal exposure to androgen increases the likelihood of homosexuality in women. Fraternal birth order effect is the effect of having older biological brothers, excluding sisters and foster siblings, which increases the likelihood of a male having a homosexual orientation, seen only in right-handed males. Fruit fly studies indicate that genes are an important factor in sexual orientation. Sexual orientation in humans can be heritable. No one has found a way to change sexual orientation, which is even more evidence toward the idea that sexual orientation is not a choice. The cutting edge. Much evidence has been gathered on animals on the basis of sex. Humans are much more complex with regard to sex and their sexual orientation. MRI machines have been used to observe brain scans of couples, which reveals widespread activation in the brain.